We can actually start now. I can actually start my fucking stream. But no, I can't. There's fucking a queue. There's a fucking queue on the NA server at this time. Are you for real? You can tell I'm not in materia anymore. Jesus Christ. I know it's not a big queue, but still. This is like off hours in Rafelsa. I'm gonna have to like bug someone to invite me to my own FC, but I can do that tomorrow. I think I can survive without an FC buff for like a day.
Here.
I have title.
Here. Feel.
Saying the words. I do like that the words are the very first thing that you experience in the game, because they become extremely important later. Like, unbelievably important later. Oh look, it's an Ascian, straight away. I actually forgot that they like straight up throw an Ascian.
Here. Feel. Think.
I can't wait till I get my summoner horn. It's gonna look so ridiculous. Not wait. Oh, here we go. Limsa talk straight away. Let's go. We'll get it over and done with. The worst part about ARR is that there's not enough voice acting in it. So you're gonna have to deal with me reading out stuff, which is gonna be fucking terrible for at least the first couple of weeks of stream. So I apologize in advance. Oi, you alright, lad? You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Rolling of the ship got your stomach churning, has it? Don't seem like seasickness. Now that I look at ya, it'll be the either then, I reckon. No, I'm just unlocking my superpowers. You know, Echo and all. Some are more sensitive to the stuff than others, see. And he ain't too far away from Vilbrand now, which is chock full of aetherites. No need to fret though, you'll soon get used to it. Ugh. Might as well have been bean bloom and seasickness. Sheep's leaping around like a demented chocobo today. I reckon I might head out on deck, get myself a breath of fresh air. Limsa Lominsa is still a fair way off. I guess you were wondering, seeing as you're awake and all, how's about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? And look, it's the twins! I do love that they just sneak the twins into, like, the introductory cutscenes. So each depending, each cutscene, each intro cutscene is slightly different because you're going to a different city, right? So here we're in a ship because we're going to Limsa, the other two you're in like a cart. But the twins are always there, and it's like you don't notice it the first time around. You're like, oh, there's elves there, and you just completely forget about them. But then later on, you replay it, and you're like, oh shit, the twins are like the first people you actually meet in the game, right? Which is kind of cool to me. Any road, Brennan's the name, and Pedlin's me trade. Oh my god, I walk so stupid. I gotta get used to this. I saw like the Lala and I went, that's not me, and I went, I smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lad, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you were one of them adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it. Going everywhere the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Alright. Time to roleplay. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a Lala. There's only one thing that I know. I'm gonna be the most stereotypical and be like, obviously money. Like, fortune, eh? Well, it's a dream we've all had at one time or another. Once you've learned to handle yourself in a fight, you'll want to pay a visit to whichever crafting or gathering guild tickles your fancy. Limsa Lominsa is renowned for its smithies and armorers, not to mention its fisherfolk. And then there's its cooks, of course. Adventuring ain't just about killing things after all. Peaceful pastime may well help you to make your fortune. Just remember though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. I need to not have my controller connected right now. Ships off the starboard bow. Pirate colors. Oh no, I just realized something bad. We'll have to set that up later. Give me a... We'll get out of the cutscene first. It's bloody elves. Have ye no sense? Get below. What's the world coming to? Pirates firing in on a ship, flying lemons and colours. Bastards either have a boatload of balls or bugger all for brains. You can rest easy, friends. We've made it out of your cunning rage, and ain't no buccaneer's bark will catch this flighty temptress once the wind's in her sails. Kill me, please. It's already too much pirate talk. That was too bleeding close. Glad one of us kept his head on his shoulders. I reckon I would have lost mine otherwise. If them pirates gave up the chase, we must be close to port. Let's head up on deck and have us a look, shall we? I do love that they straight up just show you exactly what kind of place Limsa is. It's like, look, we're in a ship and there's pirates and that's it. That's Limsa in a nutshell. By the by, is this your first trip to Limsa Lominsa? Yes it will be. It is? Well then, let this journeyed itinerant tell you of the ins and outs of your destination. Limsa Lominsa prides itself on being Eorzea's foremost naval power. Weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilizing influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You'd never guess she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. Of course, most folk ain't so quick to change, and with a town full of liberty-loving ruffians, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with, like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if that weren't bad enough, I've heard the Sargon are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them are the sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishbacks, in case you didn't know. Ah, at long last, land ho. Behold Limsa Lominsa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty, and beloved of Illumian, goddess of navigation. That would be the Limsa Lominsa's resident god. Each of the cities have their own, you know, god, just like the ancient Greeks used to have, because they're all city-states, right? It's very Greek, you know, like it's very ancient Greek in the way that it's organized.
To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer. Lone yet not alone, for the hero's arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Lim Lane. What realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future?
Fun ancient Greek trivia. Athens is named Athens because it's named after Athena, which is their patron goddess. That's why it's named that. And there's a whole bunch of other city-states that are similar in that way. They used to be really into naming their cities after their patron gods. This game doesn't do that, but each city does have a patron god or goddess from the 12. And Limlian is Limsa Lominsa's. Because, I mean, like, if you're gonna be, like, a city-state of pirates, the goddess of navigation is definitely gonna be your vibe, right? So I'm pretty sure Gridania's is, like, the agriculture god, and then Uldar's is, Nardfeld, which is, you know, the god of the underworld, but also transactions. He is my favorite god out of everything. I'm a little upset that we couldn't start in Uldar for this, because it would have been, I would have had a great time. But when we get to Uldar, we'll get to the Uldar, because I fucking love Uldar. It's my favorite city. Everyone goes, Limsa is the best. No, Uldar is the best, and I love it there. I also think it's better laid out than Limsa. That's a very hot take, I know, but I do believe it. And here's where we part ways, son. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares. Then it's on to the high road. Here. I want you to have this, by the way of thanks for saving me arse earlier. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square. Yeah, Uldar is, like, absolutely the best, especially considering that I'm being forced to play Lala at the moment. Thank you, I did my best with what I could do. Chat voted for me to be a Lala, so that's why we're a Lala. Because they know I don't particularly like Lalas. So I'm working with what I got. You're gonna see how much I hate Limsa, because I can't navigate it. That's the issue. I do not know my way around Limsa. I've been playing this game for more than 5 years now, and I still can't make my way around Limsa. Oh man, you know, I'm gonna end up getting all the Lala mains here, and they're gonna hate me. Look, my co-healer in my static is also a Lala main, and they definitely helped assist in this process of making me a Lala, don't you worry. They all came out of the woodwork and were like, you're gonna be a Lala whether you like it or not. So we'll see how I feel after it might grow on me, who knows. I think that's what everyone's hoping. If I play as a Lala, it'll grow on me and I'll never want to escape, right? That feels like what happens because I've known a lot of people who fantasiaed into Lalas and then they're like, okay, I can never go back. And I don't understand it, but I might soon. So we'll see how it goes. Also, welcome to the stream. I should have said that first.
Through peril and hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on his life's voyage. Till sea swallows all.
I'm just, from what you've said, I'm gonna assume you're a ninja main, because that's my next question. But I'm just assuming ninja, which is also crazy to me. I have lots of thoughts about ninja. Yep. So, okay, you're gonna have to tell me, because I have noticed a pattern with the ninjas I've known. That, like, you guys are insane. I don't know how you play ninja. So I've leveled a ninja. I still don't understand how it works. It seems very, very busy. And I don't know how anyone can figure that shit out, frankly. And like how do you do this? Because like okay, like full disclosure, I'm a healer main, okay? I press 1. That's my job, okay? I main Sage. I only know how to press 1 and occasionally heal people. That is all I do. Hey, you there. Ah, I mean you. This is my district, and I make it my business to know all the scum that watches. Ah, an adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Limsa Lominsa's finest to set you on the right path. Up to it, lad, I haven't got all day. Guess we're not pirate talking properly yet. Okay. Oh, everything is terrible. Everything is terrible. We'll fix this in a hot minute. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa, a bustling city-state filled with scoundrels and brigands. The rough-cut diamond of the Rotanier Sea. We're gonna be a sensible, and we are going to use a mouse and keyboard like a sensible human. I don't understand this gamepad thing. Although it has been an idea that I have had for this, to allow you guys to force me to use my controller. It will be horrific if I ever decide that's a good idea. But it is something I'll have to learn eventually because I won't be able to play on keyboard my entire life. So I'm putting it off at the moment. I will just sit here in pain using my fucking keyboard rather than my controller, which would be a much more sensible idea. Yeah, it's the butchers really trip me up like a lot. And like it's fine in normal content because I mean I don't have to do anything real in normal content, right? And so I have leveled one. I think it's at level 70-ish at the moment. So it hasn't even gotten really complex yet. It's got a ways to go, and it's still too much for me. Alright, so instead of dealing with all of this, because this is horrendous, I don't like, we're gonna fix the UI. Okay, that's much better. Alright, everything is fixed. We know how to accept quests, don't we? Coming to Limsa Lominsa. To be recognized as an adventurer in the city-state of Limsa Lominsa, you must first register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Let's go. Now then, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city, and without a bit of local knowledge, you'll like to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Wrench and enroll with the Adventurers Guild. I will say Drowning Wrench is one of, like, top-tier tavern names, and I have 100% stolen it for one of my TTRPG settings. 100%. Whenever I am unsure what to name a tavern, that's my go-to now. I swear, it's such a good name. Especially for like a seaside tavern. It's so good. It's not far. Just head straight down this street and speak with Greffar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift. And that'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Abaddon, and he's the proprietor of the wrench. He might like a ale-sodden sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for eyed-wide newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all of that? Good, now run along and may the navigator guide you on your journey. I've become a quest. Yep, thank you for telling me all about the duty list, which I'm gonna ignore most of the time. Oh my god, why do I run like this? It's so silly. Is everything so big? Look, okay, so I usually play Bun Boy, so I understand to a degree, but I mean, you know, like I do understand bodily limitations because the Bun Boys just they slouch, they have no idea how to stand up straight, so I get it, but also. I'm not gonna get over it for a while. It's gonna take a bit getting used to. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa. If you've a mind to visit the Drowning Wrench, the Crow's Lift will take you there. Yep, we're gonna go do the quest, and then I guess we need to go pick up the Arcanist, the last quest as well. Okay, look. I mean, we're gonna end up doing a lot of emotes, but... Okay, alright. It might win me over. We'll have to see in the end. I still don't get it. Greetings to ye, lad. Oh, is it? Okay. I don't think I've seen it. I might be wrong, though. What'll it be? Ah, but you ain't here for a drink, are ye? You've come with a mind to try... Yeah, and adventuring, I reckon. Well, you'll find no shortage of work here in Limsa. I can hate this guy. Like, I don't hate him, I hate how he talks, and I hate how he makes me have to say all of his lines. We'll get there. The name's the Batteron, and this most hospitable of hostilities is the Drowning Wrench. It is also the home of the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa. That's why we've got a desk especially for handling guild business, and why I'd seem to spend more time saving the necks of them whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. Adventurers have a knack of for finding trouble, see? Not that they need it in these parts on account of there being trouble wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garlean Empire to finish the job. Oh, no one knows what they're planning, of course, but if they're planning anything, you can be sure it'll kill the lot of us. Aye, this town seems peaceful at a glance. Look again, and you'll see people living in fear of war hopes tomorrow. And who can blame them after everything that's happened? Earlsia took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our homes weren't the only things that got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice-damned bastard of a dragon. That would be Bahamut. For those not in the know. We'll definitely get to Cartano and the calamity. We'll get right into that, but I think it's a bit early to be talking about Cartano. Because I could spend at least an hour talking about it, so we're not going to do that tonight. I've already wasted way more time than what I'd like to have on silliness. It took our bleeding memories too. Ain't no one's been able to explain it in a way that makes nonsense. None of the folk that saw it and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on how the tale actually goes. It's all foggy, like recollections from an hard night on the air. You can imagine why people might fear for your future if they can't rightly recall the past. But I think that's one thing that people do forget about lore-wise, is that the average person has fully forgotten the events of Cartano, right? Even the ones who were there, right? And ended up surviving. No one fucking remembers. Including your character, I'm pretty sure. Until later on. Obviously, if you played, only if you played like 1.0. So 1.0 characters actually get a few different cutscenes than new players do, right? So if you have played 1.0 and have an account that played 1.0, you get different cutscenes. And they're not super different, but there's a little bit of difference. Because essentially, if you played 1.0, what happened was to save you, you were put in like a little time dilation place-ish, basically. And instead of showing up on a boat, for example, you come out of a portal. That's how it goes. So you get a little special intro cutscene like that. I think there's a couple more that are slightly different, but they're not too much. You get a few different dialogues as well, from what I understand. I'm not a 1.0 player, so I don't get any of that, but they are up online, obviously, to look at. But that's like little difference. And it's one of the cool things about having played 1.0 is you get these little tiny little things just to be like acknowledging like, oh hey, you're actually there. So if you didn't play 1.0 though, your in lore, your character wasn't at Cardinal. Like the wall wasn't there. But if you did play it, it's in lore wise, the wall was at Cardinal. But there is one thing we all remember, and that's the group of adventurers what laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss. Well, I say we remember. Truth is that we ain't forgotten what they did for us. The gods damn calamity spawned. Memory loss robbed us of their names. He won't even let us picture their damn faces. 'Tis like staring at a gulf lying in front of the sun. All you see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare. And that's how every bugger describes it, by the way, give or take the odd gulf. It's what got people calling these heroes the Warriors of Light. If Limsa's ever going to put this time of darkness behind it, it's gonna need venturers to help banish the fear. It's gonna need new heroes like the ones we. Maybe one day you'll be one of them. And that's why any aid we can give to a venturer is effort well spent. What you say, lad? You're willing to lend us your strength? Yeah, I mean, of course. Me thanks to ye and the navigator and all. I knew she'd steered you my way for a reason. But listen to me, yattering on like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis high time we got your mark in me book. Put your scroll right here. Shalado Halado, is it? And a fine name it is. See, I had to go full Lala and have a real Lala name, because why not? Congratulations, you're now an upstanding member of the Adventurers Guild. You there, adventurer, you sailed in on the last ferry, did you not? The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friend signals, were you? Love that the moment you end up in Limsa, you just get accused of being a criminal. It's such a vibe, man. Now hold on just a moment there, officer, you've got the wrong bloke. This fine, upstanding young gent is me dear departed grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. The lad wouldn't be caught dead fraternising with such a... Is that right? You are surely aware of the recent kidnappings? Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. Aye, you make a good point there, officer. A very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open at all times. Me and two more often than not. Now, sir, what say ye to your tangyardy and your finest ale before you return to your duties, eh? Not a watered-down cup of piss like last time, I should hope. Ain't got the faintest idea what you're on about, officer. The wrench might offer some of the cheapest grog of this side of the Strait of Methador, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just crying out to be sat on, so kick off them heavy boots, eh? You see, that's how you deal with cops. You'll have to excuse these eager bloody yellow jackets. There's been a spatter kidnapping, see? And they ain't got a clue who's behind them. Naturally, they've taken to clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means venturers, visitors, pretty much every bugger else in town. Don't take it personal, though. Us Liminsans can be an edge-strong bunch of bastards, 'tis true, but given time, we'll grow in ya. Now, where was I? Aye. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa, where the seas is green of the faces of my patrons after a few too many black belly whiskies. Now take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get started with learning your ways in the city.